Now, I read your articles in The Telegraph, and you were warning not only of nuclear disaster, but also of the fact that European leaders, including whoever becomes our next Prime Minister, may well have to prioritise energy needs over helping Ukraine. Would you just expand on what you think might happen?
Yeah, first of all, on the nuclear side, I think I'm not talking about nuclear war. I don't think that's a big likelihood at all, despite Putin's threats. But I do think there is seemingly increased danger from attacks against nuclear power plants, which could have huge effect. For example, the largest power plant in Europe has been shelled a few times in recent weeks, and even a number of times going back to March. And it wouldn't take much, I don't think, to, for example, shut down the water cooling system and cause a catastrophe there, which could be worse than Chernobyl. And it could, the fallout from that could spread to Germany. It could contaminate the Black Sea. We could have an entire environmental and humanitarian disaster as a result of it. It's not clear which side's doing it. Russians are in control of the power station. The Ukrainians say they're shelling themselves. The Russians say they're shelling the Ukrainians. But it appears that there's been some agreement recently that there may be, and this agreement's been made before and not come to anything, there may be a UN inspection of the plant, which would probably calm things down slightly if that occurred. But I think it's a real concern for all of us at the moment. And in terms of Ukraine's deadliest period, what I'm talking about there really is the Ukrainians are prepared for winter. Ukrainian soldiers are prepared to fight in winter, as the Russians are. But the biggest danger is not on the battlefield, where I think we're likely to see the conflict probably literally and in terms of cold, frozen, and also in terms of action. And I think even worse, strategically more significant, is that the European powers in particular, who are afraid of or are really reliant on energy from Russia, are going to be very concerned about this. They're going to want, as the winter months approach, they're going to want to find a way of accommodating with Russia, which means probably pressuring President Zelensky into having some kind of arrangement with Russia, and therefore being able to lift sanctions, which will both potentially ease the power problem and also the huge economic problems that this war's creating. So I think it's a real danger that Zelensky's going into now.